Okay, so today we're going to be looking at growth and decay. So these are situations, real life situations, where things increase in number or things decrease in number. So we're going to have two equations, and you're not going to have to memorize them because they will be up on the word wall. So the first equation is A, and this is a capital A, equals a 1 plus r to the t. Okay, so that's what each one of those things mean. So the capital A is the final amount. That's however much you're ending with. The lowercase a is your initial amount. Okay, that whatever it is we're starting with. Okay, R is the rate, and it needs to be given as a decimal. So if it's like 50%, you would write it as 0.5. If it's 3%, you would write that as 0.03. Okay? And T stands for time. Okay. So that's growth. Now, there's only one thing that's going to change when it's decay. What do you think the one thing that's going to change when it's decay? Right here. Instead of a plus sign, what's it going to be? If you said minus, then you are right. So everything else is exactly the same, except instead of increasing, instead of adding, we are subtracting. We're going down. So let's do a couple of problems together, and this is going to be real short, but and then you're going to have some time to work alone. So Boyd currently has 2,900 students at a 15% rate of growth due to people moving in and adding grade levels each year. Predict the number of students in 2 years. Okay, so the initial amount, 2,900. Our growth rate is 15%, so I'm going to write that as 0.15. So my equation would be A equals 2,900, 1 plus 0.15 to the 2 power, because I want 2 years. Okay, now I can type all that in my calculator, and my answer is 3,835 students. Okay, so you're going to get to use a lot of calculator work on these questions, and you know, like I said, these pretty much have a lot of real life meaning. Okay, so now let's do another example where it's not appreciating, but it's depreciating in value. Okay, so a car loses value until it gets really old, and then it gains value again. But initially it loses value. So initial value of our Mustang is $20,000. Okay, this time it's going to decay because it says it's depreciating in value, meaning going down, at 22%, which we would write as 0.22. So our equation, we want to know, our equation would be, let's see, A equals 20,000 times 1 minus 0.22 to the t power. Okay, now if, how much will it be worth in 6 years? So I'm going to do the same equation, but I'm going to put 6 as t. So the answer would be, I think it's 4504. Okay, now, when will the car be worth less than $1,000? Okay, so now instead of solving for the initial amount, we know the initial amount is the final amount is going to be 1,000 equals 20,000 1 minus 0.22 to the t power. So here's what I want you to do, and I'm going to have you do this in your calculator and then discuss it with your group. I want you to put y1 equals 1,000 and y2 equals 20,000 times 1 minus 0.22 t, and see where they intersect in your calculator. Now, it's going to be a number of years, so if at 6 years it's already 4,000, it's probably going to be between like 7 and 10 years. So your x needs to be like between 0 and maybe 12 to figure that out. So these are the kind of problems that we're going to be doing. You're going to be using the equations and solving for one of the variables, either the final amount, the initial amount, the rate, or the time. You're always going to be given everything except for one thing that you're missing, and you're going to be solving for that. So let's look at this next problem. Miss Stortz's iPad is going to become famous because I use it every day to give you all awesome videos that you all watch and appreciate. So as a result, it's getting more and more popular, and it's gaining in value. So my initial value was $6.29. It is growing at a rate of 15%, which is 0.15. So my equation would be A equals 629, 1 times 1 plus 0.15, because it's growing, to the t power. So how much would it be worth in 10 years? So where would I put the 10? As t. Okay, so you would just solve that in your calculator. Then when will it be worth more than $10,000? So once again, I'm going to have $10,000 equals 629, 1 plus 0.15 to the t. So now my variable is here. Now the reason this is an exponential equation is because where's the variable? As an exponent. So once again, I'm going to put this in y1 and this in y2 and see where they intersect. So I want you to try that for me. See where they intersect. See if you can find it. I believe the answer is 20 years, and the answer here is $2,545. So those are some things for you to look at whenever you're trying to see in your calculator, see if you can find the intersection at 20 years. And then there's a couple more problems on the back that I want you to try with your neighbor, and then I want you to bring your notes tomorrow, because it's going to be, we're going to discuss these as a group. So bring notes, and whenever I say please get out your notes from 6-2, you're going to get these notes out because you're watching the video today. So you're going to have the notes because you watched the video, and it's all going to work out for everyone. Okay, have a great day, guys. See you later.